Namaste. So I'm going to talk today about Sparkle solar water cooler or air cooler industrial type. Size of the cooler is around 60 by 60 centimeter, and these are the specifications at 12 volt DC. Alright, so first thing I'll show you, basically this cooler is fitted into a window. So similar to a window AC, this is how you can fit this cooler. Okay, the water tank is outside. So these are two panels, each of 75 watt, and this is the solar industrial air cooler or a water cooler. Now both the panels are connected, and I'll show you the readings. Now you can see a pump is on and water is dripping through the honeycomb panel. This is the water tank, okay, in which the water is automatically refilled using this pipe. Okay, as you can see, these are two panels which are connected in parallel. These are 12 volt 36 cell panel. When two panels are connected, you can see put together pump and motor is drawing around 62 watt, and the voltage has dropped from open circuit voltage of 19 volt of a panel to 10 volt. So now pump and motor is drawing around 62 watt. This is the pump connection. So I'm just removing the pump connection to show how much is the difference of a pump wattage. Okay. So now you can see motor alone has started drawing 68 watt, because obviously the pump load which was connected in parallel to the motor load has dropped, or since it is not in the equation, motor is drawing higher wattage which it can draw from the panel. Obviously now out of 150 watt, motor is basically taking 70 watt out of panel. So currently it is 11 o'clock in the morning, and it is drawing around 50% of the panel capacity. Okay, so I'll connect back the pump. Back, as you can see now the voltage is 10.20 and wattage is again dropped to 61. Let's see now when only single panel of 75 watt is connected, and out of two panels I'm going to remove one panel. So let's see what happens. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking out one panel. I'm connecting only one panel out of two. So as you can see, with one panel, the motor is not basically drawing too much of current, because the panel voltage has dropped to a good level, and probably it must be operating in at around 6 volt or 7 volt. Since the wattmeter display is supposed to work from 12 volt, you can't see any reading in the wattmeter display. So I'm sure they are operating probably below 8 to 7 volt. And there's a noise of the motor. However, the pump has not started, and hence water is not dripping on single panel. So we'll again connect back both the panels, and I'll show you again. Okay, so I'm again connecting back the second panel. Alright, so now again it started drawing 62 watt. Water started dripping from the honeycombs panel. So this is what the operation of the cooler is in terms of wattage. Okay, I'll show you how it can be operated through electrical power supply if there is no panel. And just to explain the concept, this basically is the water input. This is basically output of the pump. Green pipe which you can see is basically a water which again goes back to the bottom and then goes back into the tank. So the same water keeps circulating. If for some reason if the water is falling out of the panel, you can just release this bypass valve and the excess water will straight away follow from this pipe to the output. Okay. Now in this case, since the water is not dripping out of the panel, we've kept it closed. This is the input, this is the output, and this pipe is basically, which is the water inlet pipe. Pardon us since we've used this WC tank. However, you can use even a bigger tank. So basically there is a float valve where the water can come from this side into the tank. Okay, and when there is a water which is basically filled up, it will stop using the valve. Alright, so this will ensure replenishment of water in the tank. So this is how you can keep your cooler connected throughout the sunny day. Okay, as you can see, these are connections. Both the panels are connected parallelly. So parallel means positive to positive, negative to negative, connected directly to the motor. This is the input water supply. As you can see, water is coming into the tank. Now when the tank will get full, this float valve will get up and it will disconnect the incoming water. Okay. So let me show you what is the size of the room this particular cooler is maintaining the temperature of. So as you can see, this room is basically our rework room, or you can even call it as a mini warehouse. The size of the room is around 1500 square feet. Okay, and this is how the cooler looks like. Okay, obviously the front side is yet to be made into a basically a mesh type what do you call, a plate which will fit onto the cooler. So this is basically a temperature of the room. So this is the sensor which you can see. So 28 is the temperature of the sensor. 16 degrees Celsius is basically the temperature of the water. There is a sensor inside the water tank. So 16 degrees is the temperature of that water. And currently at 3 p.m. 34 degree is the outside temperature. As you can see, this room is made of basically a tin sheets, what we call is patra in India, in Hindi. So this room is made of tin shade. So as you can see, obviously if it is a tin shade and the outside temperature is 34 degree, the inner temperature, inside temperature of the room would be definitely plus 5 degrees to the outside temperature. So you could say around 40 degree would be a temperature at this point of time if cooler is not running. But now you can see the temperature has been reduced to around 28 degrees to 30 degrees in the room. So because this cooler is running continuously via solar, this is the temperature which is maintained. Now I'll show you how this cooler is running on electricity. If there is no solar, how you can run it on electricity. So as you can see, this is basically 12 volt 10 ampere power supply. This is 230 volt AC. This is output 12 volt which is going to our module. This module is basically a speed control module, and at 12 volt you can see it is almost drawing up to 80 watt. Okay, so this 80 watt is motor wattage plus pump wattage. Okay, so 80 watt is similar to basically wattage of a ceiling fan, which is close to around 70 watt. So this cooler will draw same power as one ceiling fan if it is running throughout the day. At 12 volt, RPM of the blade or fan is around 1600 RPM. Let me tell you folks, generally the high speed table fan which is sold in India, the RPM maximum of that fan is around 1500 RPM. So we are giving 3 speeds in this cooler, one at 1200 RPM, second at 1400 RPM and third at highest 1600 RPM. So 1600 RPM is pretty high for a room size. You can even fit this in a room of 15 by 15 feet or up to even 1500 square feet. Okay, so if you keep this cooler on for around say 10 hours, you are going to draw about 800 watt in total. Okay, so 12 into say 10 into 8, so 800 watts. 800 watts divided by 1000, that gives you around 0.8 units, which is, let's say, 1 unit is what you're going to consume of electricity if you keep it running throughout the day. We will be giving 2 models in this cooler. One wherein you can either run it from the solar or from the electrical mains. You will have to switch it manually. There will be a selection switch which will be given. You will have to either run it on solar, when in the evening you will have to shift it on the mains, or we will be giving this cooler along with the solar charge controller and also with the battery if required, wherein things will automatically work. So as soon as there is a solar, it will work on solar. When there is a reduction of solar, it will be compensated from mains. If only solar is connected and if the battery is charged, it will draw from the battery and it will compensate again, and it will run on the maximum speed. In the evening, once the solar is down, obviously it will shift to battery or mains, whichever is available. If you cut off the mains, obviously it will run from the battery, so you can keep that battery also charged. Now you can see the temperature has been reduced to 27. Okay, and ambient temperature is around 33 degrees Celsius. So there is a good reduction in the temperature. Water delta is 17 degrees Celsius. In this case, the water tank is outside. Now let's say if you keep water tank inside the room, say for example if you fit below the cooler, you are going to have 3 water pipes. One is inlet water which will be continuously connected to the water tank to refill the water. One is basically a pump output which is input to the cooler, okay, to the pad, and output of the cooler which again goes into the tank. Now if let's say tank is fitted inside the room, you can even keep water bottle inside the tank, and as you can see, as you would have seen, the water temperature has dropped from 34-35 degree to 17-18 degree temperature, and you can use that water for drinking purpose. Also, if you want, you can have mosquito repellent put inside the water tank, or even the fragrance which will ultimately get spread into your room. So there are benefits of water tank keeping inside the room also and outside the room. Obviously if it is outside, your installation looks much tidy, neat, clean, and if it is inside also, you can have it properly done. We can even help you during installation process also. So this is about the cooler. Again I will show you the reading. So at 12 volt it is drawing 80 watt continuously. So this is about the industrial type cooler. We will also show you the video of residential type cooler, which is little smaller than this cooler, around 40 by 40 centimeter. You can see link of a specification sheet below the below this video. You can go and check the specification. If you have any queries, you can contact us on 91680 12136. or you can WhatsApp on the same number, or you can call us on this number and talk to us. You can also email us on customercare@sparkle.india, SPARKEL India.com. Okay, thank you folks. Thanks for watching.